everybody. Welcome back to Bitch with Comrade Misty. I am Comrade Misty. Our guest tonight is the amazing, wonderful, beautiful Liv Romano. She is hosting a show with Compton J, who you guys all know from Fred Hampton Leftist. And she's an activist who's been doing a lot of mutual aid work in the DC area. So you guys should definitely check that out. So thank you for coming on. I'm super excited to have you.
Thank you. So honored, flattered to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm
so
super
much.
excited to have you. Here. So listen, before we get to the bitching, I do want to do one thing really quickly. This is something I've been trying to put together for a while, but I don't really know how to go about doing this, but we're going to try it out. So I want to start amping up different comrades who have art that they sell or crafts that they make or an Etsy store or whatever, just as a way to kind of boost, our fellow comrades and sort of fuel the revolution that way. So this week I wanted to do, and I'm sure nobody's going to be surprised by this, but I wanted to share artsy Marxist work, which right there.
That's theirs. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's Artsy's. So she's amazing. She's an incredible artist. She's actually working on another piece for me right now. So hopefully I'll have that soon to show you guys, but I also want to share her website so that you can see some of her work. Sorry, I'm slow at this because I'm dumb. So bad at technology. Okay, so this is her Pixels website. This is this is one of the locations you can go to purchase her artwork. So you can see that she does, a bunch of different landscape pieces. She does a lot of revolutionary art, obviously. Just a lot of really cool work. A lot of like trippy kind of like mushroom inspired, I imagine. I'm not saying that she does mushrooms, but I'm just saying. So yeah, just a lot of really cool work. You guys should definitely check it out. You can also, now she has hooked up the tips on her Twitter page, which I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently now there are tips on Twitter. So if you appreciate her artwork, that's another way that you can support her. But with the holidays coming up, I really wanted to get started on trying to do this sort of a thing. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, but this is kind of like an anti-sponsorship or like a reverse sponsorship. Like I'm just going to try to like throw people's names out there and like their work and their art and all of that stuff. And hopefully, that'll help boost their work a little bit. So please go check out Artsy Marxist. She is at artsy_Marxist on Twitter. And I will also put the link to her page in the chat so everybody can go check that out because she's amazing. And again, boom, right there.
Yes. That's who I thought you were talking about. She's amazing. Amazing, beautiful, incredible.
Yes. And honestly, I've said this before, but the Julian Assange piece, I've tried taking pictures of it. It just doesn't do it justice. It just does not do it justice. So, order yourself a piece. I have a couple of different friends who have ordered pieces from her and they are like just over the moon about them. So she does incredible work. So please go and support, however you can, whether it's even just sharing. If you, if you can't afford a piece for yourself, sharing her work is just as helpful. So please go do that. If you are somebody who sells stuff, if you have an Etsy store, if you have artwork, or if you're a musician and you have, what the hell is that place called? Bandcamp. If you have a Bandcamp or whatever, you got an album to sell, hit me up. Like I would like to start, trying to push some of these things out in a way, in an effort to kind of try to, fund the revolution that way. Let's do it. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. That's amazing.
I'll try to remember to put the link in the chat again before we wrap up the show, and I'll add it to the description. I should have had Sleepy do that before we started, but I really 10 minutes before we started the show, I'm like, I'm just going to do it because I had no idea how to do this. Like I'm not a salesperson, so I don't know how to hawk somebody's stuff for them, but here we go. This is what you get.
You did it. It was great.
Yeah. There we go.
Hey, we could put a page up on the site and shit too.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yes. Sleepy's working on a website for Bitch, and we can have a whole a little site that will link to everybody's stuff. Everybody that I choose to feature on the show, we can put their stuff on the website. That's an awesome idea. Yay!
Awesome. Incredible.
Steve Cutler. I need to put Steve Cutler stuff up there. Yeah, we need to do you, dude. Maybe next week.
Awesome.
We'll get together. Okay, so how are you?
I am good. I am. Oh my god. I just I'm literally I'm blushing. You can't tell my lighting sucks. But I'm just so happy to be here. You have inspired me so much and educated me so much about Julian Assange. Thank you so much for all that you do. And
Sure.
thank you for having and rescuing Baby Jack. Like, thank you for
Baby
being an amazing person.
dude,
Baby Jack is our comrade.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to share one more thing in case people missed it on Twitter because it is the cutest thing ever. I tried to get the smallest costume possible. It didn't work. It's
My god!
it's ginormous.
Cuteness. Her eye, she looks amazing. She looks
know.
amazing.
I know, she really does. She's healing so well. And she's doing so well. I was telling Sleepy before the show, she's super playful and she's very funny. I have a bunch of older cats. I'm like a crazy cat woman. But she will she's so tiny. She's literally an ankle biter. She will pounce their legs and like attack their legs because that's about all she can get to. But they're all super good with her. I was a little worried because a couple of my cats are old and grumpy. But they love her. Like they play with her. They're very gentle and she's doing great. She gets her stitches out tomorrow. I'm excited to see how that goes because I don't really know what to expect, but she's doing seriously so well. I'm so happy and relieved. Yeah.
Have you noticed, because my puppy, my service dog, who's napping now, finally, he had entropion when I adopted him. So he had eye issues. So his eyelashes grew inward and his eyelid. Yeah. So I had to take him to the pediatrician the first week I adopted him because he had conjunctivitis. And then a follow-up vet visit, he had... he got diagnosed with the entropion, and then he had long process to get the surgery. And now he's great. But you would have never guessed it knowing him. He was always so playful and energetic. So I was going to ask you, how have you observed Baby Jack's behavior? Has she gotten more playful, or it never bothered her?
So when I first found her, she didn't play. She didn't really move. She's right here, actually. Hold on. She's under my feet.
Hello, I can't get over how big she is since the last time I saw her. She's such a little bum.
Yeah. She loves shoulders. She thinks she's a parrot. So naming her Jack and her being like a pirate kitty is perfect. Jack, what are you doing? I love it. Jack, no.
Oh, big climb. Oh.
That is a pretty big climb for her.
Oh, is she gonna jump?
No, I don't think she'll jump. She'll try to get back down. Where are you at, homie? Come here. So yeah, when we first found her, she did not play at all. She was, you could tell she was in a significant amount of pain, which if anybody saw the pictures when I first found her, it's no surprise.
Yeah.
She had a giant, just terrible ball of infection. It looked genuinely horrific. So she was not a very playful cat at all. She slept a lot. Once I took her to the emergency room, they gave her pain medication. So that certainly helped. She every 12 hours she was given pain medication. And then as we started using they gave us a topical antibiotic. As we started using that, you could see it shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And it was kind of drying up. And I would say probably within a week, maybe, you could tell that she was getting some of her pep back. Now she is super playful. It's
only uphill from here. I love it.
Yeah, she's either 100 miles an hour or she's sleeping. You know what I mean? She's currently right now biting my toes.
Tasty. I love it.
She loves to bite your feet. She will chase your ankles as you walk. You have to be very careful because you could walk and then just kick her across the room.
Does she get under your feet? That's so scary. Yes. That was when I adopted my kitten Jasper last year. That was what I was so scared about, him getting under my feet, so now my big dog does that more, but because Jasper zooms, he's so quick.
Yeah, no, I have another cat who does that. My cat, Daryl, especially if you're in the kitchen, he thinks he has to be in there too. And so I kick him all the time, but he's huge. He's a big cat. Not that it's cool to kick your cat ever, but if I accidentally kick him, usually I'm just damn it, Daryl. You know what I mean? But she's tiny. So if I even bump into her, I feel terrible. So you have to be, we all have to be kind of very careful, where we walk, because she does chase your feet. So yeah, but it's amazing how far she's come. It really is amazing. And so to everybody who donated, I have not done this publicly yet, to everybody who donated to the GoFundMe to fund the surgery and the post-op and all of her care, seriously, thank you. This wasn't just me. Yes, I took her in and I'm taking care of her and taking her to the appointments, but y'all helped. So you all donated. And I don't know that I could have done, I could have done it without you, but it would have sucked. You know what I mean? So thank you to everybody who donated. Seriously, Baby Jack appreciates it. She is the happiest little kitty. And I can't wait till next year when she might actually fit into the costume.
Oh my God. And like, seriously, we got to get her a little eye patch for
I know.
real. Like,
I was gonna, like, none of the costumes came with an eye patch. So I think I might, because I can make one and I can like tailor it to her size. So I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna see if I can just get like a little tiny piece of felt and, you know, some elastic or something, or some kind of like Velcro situation, or I don't think she'll keep it on for long, but it'll make a cute picture.
It would be a cute Halloween picture for a post for a card for a holiday card. It would be great.
Yeah, no, and it's necessary just for me, just my own selfish needs. She can suffer through an eye patch for just like 5 seconds while I take a picture. She'll be fine. But she is the cutest little thing. She's currently sitting over there, flipping her tail back and forth, watching me.
So how is the rest of the litter and the mama?
So actually, I'm glad you asked that, because I've been keeping an eye on the rest of the litter, because the vet said that with eye infections and stuff like that, it can be super contagious. There are 2 of them that have some signs, like they have like some, this is kind of gross, and I'm sorry, you guys, but like some leakage of some gross stuff. So I called my vet, and generally speaking, they're not allowed to prescribe anything if that cat, if that animal is not, if they haven't seen them, if they're not a patient. But my vet loves me. And so I called and I'm like, look, I really don't want to have to pay to bring all these cats in when we know what it is. Like, could you just please give me some antibiotics so we can get this stuff cleared up? And so she went ahead and just refilled Jack's, what we were using on Jack. So we started that like maybe 3 days ago, and they already look so much better. So I mean, eventually I'll get all of them into a vet and get them, you know, shots and stuff like that before we find homes for them. But I really didn't want to have to deal with more eye infections and the added cost of all that. So if we could clear that up before dealing with all the shots and everything, that would have been awesome. And I love my vet because she was willing to do it. So
love it.
Yay.
Love it.
And they're also very cute.
Misty, I can't tell you how tempted I am. I've been really thinking, like, for my next big thing, I want to adopt 2 kittens from a litter.
Dude, I can't tell you the number of people who have been like, I hate cats, but these pictures of this cat make me want a cat.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh like my God.
Colin,
yeah.
Colin from DC. He's the guy who was at the steps of the Capitol with Franco when they were the squad was there. He's awesome. He does like some independent journalist work. He has a podcast. So he was like, oh my God, I want her. I don't even like cats. Apparently his roommate's been trying to convince him to get a cat. And he's like, I don't like cats. And he's like, but I've changed my mind now. I told my roommate to just get a cat. And I'm like, see, everybody loves cats. Baby Jack was one of those. Baby Jack is changing hearts and minds. That's what she's doing.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I was
going to lead the revolution.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I was one of those people too, because I was one of those people who was like, oh, I'm a dog person, so I can't like cats. And the cats I was around, I just didn't have good experiences and whatever. It was just my ignorance. And then come to my sophomore year of college, and I was like, wow, I'm really lonely and I miss loving something and caring for something. And I just like, didn't feel like I could get a dog right then, but I was like hearing good things about cats, and it started to grow on me. And here I am, 2 cats later. Yeah. So I love it. I love them to death. I sometimes ask myself, because I have my service dog too. I'm like, do I have 3 cats or do I have 3 dogs? I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I was not a cat person either. I was a dog person. We got a dog. We got a puppy, which was our mistake. My oldest is autistic, and so we had heard really good things about dogs and autism, and we're like, okay, let's do this thing. We didn't I was so excited to get a puppy that I didn't really think it through, that she very much likes her personal space, and puppies do not care about your personal space. So that didn't work out. Like she was generally kind of just terrified of the puppy. So we rehomed the puppy with my husband's cousin, who lives on a farm, and that dog now has a fantastic life. So it probably looked out.
That's a happy ending. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But then we decided to just go ahead and get 2 cats. So we got 2 cats, and now I am literally a crazy cat person.
I love it.
I have a ridiculous amount of cats inside and out. And it's, there we go. That's how I turned into a crazy cat lady. There's my origin story, y'all.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, God.
I've got a gift for you.
You have a gift for me?
I'm going to send it to you now.
Okay, send it to me. I'm excited. I'm excited. I like animals in general too, Lucky. Lucky
Yes.
likes cats, dogs, ferrets, birds, and all other critters. I generally do too. I don't think that there's really an animal I don't know that they count as animals necessarily, but I hate spiders. Fuck spiders. Hate spiders. Hate them. My husband gets pissed because he says I react the same way to seeing a spider as one would expect somebody to react to a serial killer barging through your door. I feel like that's warranted. So he can just shut his face. Fuck spiders. I got no love for spiders. But everything else is cool. Like, I don't have a problem with anything else. I mean, mice aren't great.
Oh. Say, but that's the thing. I've just come to say I'm an animal person. I love animals. I'm not a dog person or a cat person. There's no such thing. You either love animals or you don't.
Yeah.
Don't discriminate by, don't do the breed discrimination, species discrimination shit. All animals together, wholesome.
I will say this: I love horses, but I'm scared of horses.
Oh my god! Well, if you have a child on the spectrum, equine therapy is amazing.
Yeah, we consider because she loves animals, but she loves animals like in an abstract sense. Like, she can tell you everything you want to know about any animal on planet Earth, but she doesn't really necessarily like interaction. Like, she doesn't like to hold the cat. She doesn't like to we've had guinea pigs. She didn't like to play with the guinea pigs. We've had a rabbit. She didn't like to play with the rabbit. So she loves animals. She likes to learn about them, but I think horses might be different because that's not like an inside pet that you have to like it's just like an experience you go and you do. So I've been looking into that. There's a couple places near where I live that I think we might try it out. Won't hurt to try for sure.
I think I can't recommend it enough because from what I've read, what I've worked with, and then my personal experience with like having bipolar disorder and working with horses, and then now having a service animal, like, oh my God, like animals help us in so many ways. Yeah. So I can't, if you could find that's hard. I think there is an animal out there for all of us though. I do believe that.
Yes. I agree. And that's why we got the dog to begin with. We wanted to get a service dog for her. They are so fucking expensive.
Yes.
It's like $12,000 for a service dog for a child with autism. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't. I mean, we could have made it happen. I know that they do like payment plans and stuff like that, but we were like, well, let's just see if we get a dog. And she didn't like the dog anyways. And I'm sure that maybe a service dog might be different because they're trained to act and behave in a specific way. But I don't know. It's so pricey, and I feel bad because I know that so many families could benefit from a service dog. And that's just so out of reach for most people,
Yeah.
That's really expensive.
Yeah, it's that route is so expensive. So the route I did was I rescued a puppy. Mm-hmm. He was 3.5 months old when I adopted him. I'm in Maryland, but I had to drive down to a rescue in North Carolina because that was the closest rescue I could find that would adopt to me when I told them I was going to have them be trained to be a service dog because of all the misconceptions about service dogs. So many people think they need to be born and bred service dogs, and that is not the case. So I adopted him and I've been training him ever since. And so like, if you got a service animal, what do you want their disability task to do? Like, that's because you can get an animal to do that, like to work with you with specifically with everything. Yeah. So what would you like?
Her biggest issues that she has is mostly just loud noises, public spaces, people like being in crowds, stuff like that. Loud noises is a big one, and she gets really anxious when stuff like if somebody just like laughs loudly when she's not expecting it can like set her off. And so just stuff like that. It's more of like for her, it would be more of like an anxiety an anxiety soother or whatever, like when she was starting to have issues being overwhelmed. Like she deals with a lot of sensory overload. Like lights are brighter to her than they are to us, sounds are louder to her than they are to us, like touch, like she can't wear certain clothes and she can't, you know what I mean? Like, in fact, if she would love to go naked. she hates clothes. Like the second she comes in the door, she wants to take off her clothes. So she definitely that's mostly what it is. Just anxiety and just sensory overload of like all varieties. Like when we go to the grocery store, the fluorescent lights, they make like a slight humming noise, and she hates it. She hates it so much. So yeah, just stuff like that. Like she can manage a trip to the store if it's like 10 or 15 minutes, but anything past that, and she's done. Like she wants to leave. Yeah.
Well, someone in the comments said, Liv, we are going to have to talk service animals. Bitch with Comrade Misty. You don't have to get a trained service dog. You can self-train. Leo is self-trained. So yes, that is a thing. Service animals do not have to be professionally trained. Just what makes them a service animal different than an emotional support animal is they're trained in disability task, which again you can do yourself. So like if you well, maybe you don't get a puppy, maybe you get a little older dog and you work with them and your daughter to try and do some kind of whatever coping mechanism to help her. Honestly, I've just found like having Zulu, that's my service dogs, having his presence has just like helped my anxiety, like because I am just like I just have like a lot of anxiety with my bipolar disorder, and it just makes me, I'm very sensitive to things. I'm just always on edge. So he really just helps like keep me leveled and grounded so that I'm not getting so triggered to begin with. So that I'm already at like a nice calm level. And if I do feel that trigger, I can resort to him and get my mind off it real quick. And then it's like snap back into it. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. I'll look into it again. I haven't really looked into it since that was probably, she's 13 now. I would say she was probably 6 or 7 when we got the puppy. So, and that was honestly just super stupid on my part. Like a puppy was a bad idea. We should have gotten like a dog that was a year old, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, a little calmer, still had energy, but that was, not, how puppies are. They're in your face. Yeah. They want to lick you.
No
they
personal
bite
space.
You. Yeah. There's no personal space with a puppy. And that was just my bad. Like we were just excited about like the concept, and we just didn't think it through as parents as well as we should have. But I mean, it was a learning lesson, and I feel great for the dog. The dog is a fucking awesome life.
That's
like we
amazing.
Get pictures all the time. Lives on a farm, like bunch of other dogs, horses, chickens, like you name it, running around, like living its best life. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Best case. I mean, really, that's the best case scenario.
That's great.
I felt really bad about rehoming it too. My husband's gonna be so mad at me for saying this, but we both cried the day that she left because we felt so guilty. But yeah, no, she's living her best life now. Little Sammy. Hi,
best
Sammy
thing.
out there.
Oh,
yeah.
So cute.
Okay, so we've been talking about cats now for a long time, and that's pretty typical of this show. Somebody, I think it was last week, somebody joked that I need to have a show called Cats on the Ground instead of Facts on the Ground.
Yes. Yes, that'd be so successful. That's what we've been needing. That's what the left needs.
I'm telling you, cats are going to lead the revolution. That's what's going to happen. Cats are going to lead the revolution. Ask Ron Placone. Lucy's down. Let's go. So yeah, I want to know though how you got involved with Compton J, because I love Compton J. I think he's one of the best voices we have currently right now. He's always so like, he gets feisty, but he's usually just so calm and measured, and you know what I mean? So you guys play well off of each other. So how did you meet Compton J, and then how did you start co-hosting with him?
Oh my God. So wow, I don't even know when I was looking back on Twitter, because I think I was following the Populist Voice Network before I followed Fred Hampton Leftist, and I'm trying to think about how far back this was.
Which everybody who doesn't know, Compton J also has a Populist Voice Network. You should go follow that as well. Liv co-hosts on that show. So yeah, definitely go follow that as well.
Yes, please subscribe. We're doing relaunch next week. I am a network director for the channel. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we're trying to go to Rockfin because YouTube sucks. So please follow us there too. So I saw a tweet from like the Populist Voice Network saying like we're looking for like leftists who would like to co-host, and I saw it, and my initial reaction was, I can't do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, who would want to listen to me? Like, what? And I just was really doubting myself. And I really, I really regret it now. I really hate that I did that to myself. But the next day I was like driving with my morning coffee, doing my morning routine. I was thinking about that. And I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I'm so mad. Like, why am I discriminating myself? Why am I being misogynistic against myself? Why am I doing all of this stuff to myself? Fuck this shit. Like, I want to talk to people. I want to have more community. I think this would be a great opportunity. Let me just try this. So I just reached out to them. And I was like, hey, I'd be really interested. And I I think I have like soon a phone call interview with like people from Fred Hampton Leftists, who also like founded the Populist Voice Network. And the person that I think I mainly talked to on that phone call was CJ, and it was just great. And then I started doing some recorded shows with some comrades on the channel. And then I don't even know how I started getting on Straight Outta Politics with CJ. It just was kind of like he's doing it. Yeah, it was beautiful. And then one day he's like, "This is my permanent co-host, Liv Romano." And I was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" So it's been an amazing journey. And now he's asked me to be network director of the Populist Voice Network, and I couldn't be more flattered and honored. So we are launching again. We were relaunching next week. We have 7 shows coming up. We have a full pack agenda coming for y'all. Very, very excited. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey when I think about it. I'm just, follow your gut, y'all. Like, don't listen to that nagging inner voice. Listen to your gut. Don't listen to that doubt.
I have a very similar story because, well, I mean, it's, the doubt thing. I never wanted to be on camera. I went to a Jimmy Dore show right after the Action for Assange crew started up, after Taylor and Andrew decided that they were going to continue on the Unity for J stuff. And they were there and they were handing out wristbands and like doing kind of like a semi-protest on the sidewalk. Excuse me. And so, I was really excited that they were going to be there. I loved the Unity for J shows, so I was really bummed when they were ending. So I was excited that somebody was picking up the mantle. And so I ran up to Taylor as soon as we got to the show to stand in line. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you guys are doing this." I'm like, "I was one of your first followers." They ended up sitting behind me. I had been mutuals with Andrew for a very long time. We had never really like interacted like a ton, but we knew who each other was. So they ended up sitting behind us at the show. I got drunk. I was having a good time. And Andrew's like, "You should come on the show. It would be awesome if you would come on the show." And being drunk, I'm like, "Yeah, do that. Sounds like a fun time. It's great." No, I woke up the next day and I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that." And if anybody who knows Andrew Smith, dude is incredibly persistent. If you say you're going to be on the show, he's not going to let you off the hook. So it took like a month or so of him asking me repeatedly to be on. And I finally went on as a guest. And I was like, "Okay, I'll do this. I'll go on as a guest. It'll be fine." And that's all I have to do. Went on as a guest. And then they asked me to come back a little while later. Then they asked me to come back a little while later. Then they asked me to guest host. And it's like, "Hey, why don't you just be a host?" And I'm like, "Okay." So, and I mean, it really just started as like, it really accidentally, like but I had that same like doubt stuff. I'm like, I used to tell my husband, "Why the fuck does anybody care what I have to say about anything? Why would anybody care? Nobody should care what I have to say." And I still feel that way. You guys shouldn't care what I have to say. I mean, it's cool that you do. I'm glad that you like what I say and that, like we've found like this community of people that all have like the same, but I'm just some chick in Ohio. I say it all the time. It's the truth. I'm just some chick in Ohio. I just have opinions. I just, you know what I mean? Like I have educated myself to the best of my ability and I have developed opinions based on that. And that's it. Like, I'm just a person. So, but yeah, my husband jokes all the time. Like, I don't know why anybody cares what you have to say. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Thanks, honey. Thank you.
This is the guy who married you." What?
Yeah, he's an asshole. I love him.
This is the guy who's putting up with you till death do you part.
Yeah. No, that's just our relationship though. Like we,
so cute.
Take digs at each other and it's fine. Yeah, but that's kind of, it was very accidentally the way that I got into it. But I love CJ. Like I love CJ. He has been super cool. He was one of the people who came to me. I love people who come to me on Twitter who like DM me or whatever. And they're like, "Listen, I feel like I should know more about Julian Assange. I don't know a lot about Julian Assange. Yes. Can you please help me? Can you send me some information?" I love those kinds of people. I feel like a lot of people are intimidated by the Julian Assange stuff. And so they'll, just kind of turn away from it or they don't want to get involved. It seems very time consuming and it is. It is. But I love people that reach out and are just honest about their ignorance and are willing to learn more and, have information set. And he was one of those people. And he's had me on his show to talk about Julian Assange, which I always appreciate. Not just me. I appreciate anybody who just covers Julian Assange. I don't care if you have me on. I don't care if you have Steve on. I don't care if you have Juan Passarelli or, John Pilger, or whoever the fuck you want to talk to, but just talk about Julian Assange. So yeah, he was one of those people. He's done a great job of covering it since then. And I know he'll continue to do that. So I'm super pumped now that you're co-hosting with him, and you're going to be, what's your official title again?
Network director.
Network. So fancy. I'm going to give myself a title.
I'm not one for titles, but I do like that one.
I want a title. I have, when AOC did the whole official organizer thing, we were joking about it on Twitter, and somebody literally made me like a certificate that says official organizer with my name and everything on it. It's like a real like a certificate you would see like framed on somebody's wall, and I love it so much. I should hang it up back there somewhere. Oh yeah, and did you guys see my money bags for all of my people who have been around for a while? Mindy money bags. I couldn't resist. I was at the Halloween store and they had money bags, and I'm like, I mean, I had to have them. I had to have them. If you don't know that story,
I don't.
Okay, so I'll tell it to you just so you're not like, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So people on Twitter hate me. they like to make shit up and make assumptions and all of this stuff. And one of the assumptions that was made a while ago, I think we were in DC. I don't know if it was January or March. I think it was maybe the March trip. But the new thing that they were talking about is that I'm rich.
Oh.
And so Pasta accidentally called me Mindy one time on a vigil, I think, when we were interviewing them. And I was like, did he just call me Mindy? And so now everybody in that crew calls me Mindy. And then so we just added Mindy money bags. We were all high, sitting around the DC Airbnb.
Love it.
And we were on Twitter laughing about everybody thinking I'm loaded. And so Mindy money bags, that's where that came from. So I couldn't resist. I saw money bags and I'm like, I have to have them.
I love it.
And I'm rich, so I can afford to buy money bags.
Of course. Stuff worth real money.
Yeah.
You just needed the bags. You just needed the bags.
Totally. I'm official now. I'm an official money bags. It's official. They're filled with plastic bags, but like shopping bags. My Kroger bags are in there. It's fine.
That's what I use for kitty litter.
I do too sometimes. We've also learned because we get because we have a ton of cats. We get the big tub things, like with the lid thing that comes off. So we'll just like reuse those and scoop it into there, and then we'll just like carry those out. We go through a lot of litter.
Yeah. How many cats do you have?
Currently, let's see. Are we talking inside and outside? Because Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, outside cats give me mad anxiety.
Really?
Woo! How do you do that?
Why?
Because you never know. How do you know they're going to come back? They're going to be okay. Wait.
Dude, my outside cats are so spoiled. They are, first of all, they have I live on 5 acres. They have an entire barn that they can occupy. They also have heated cat houses. They have a heated water bowl for the wintertime so that their water doesn't freeze. They have a bunch of toys. They have like a fenced in area. I do worry that a predator of some kind is going to come along and snatch them up. But they, we live in the country, and, farm life, you got to have some outside cats to keep the critters away. So, yeah. And there's only, and they come and go. Like we're also like, for whatever reason, people drop cats off here. We get a lot of drop-offs. It's so crazy. And I think it's because of where we live. Oh my God. We're right outside of town. And we're on like the corner of like a relatively traveled state route. And like a side road. So it's a very convenient place to like just turn off the main road, dump the litter of cats that you don't want or whatever, and then move on. Right. And it's happened a couple different times. So yeah, I wish it would stop happening. Honestly, it's terrible. We've rehomed multiple cats. We found cats, different houses. We're back on cats. What the fuck is happening on this show tonight?
I love it. I don't talk about it enough.
God damn it. Cats with Comrade Misty.
Cats on the ground.
Cats on the ground. Hell yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one? I think Jesse Jett said facts on the meow or something like that, or some facts with the meow. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I have a lot of cats. I could do like a whole ass show like on just my cats and like
It'd be
let
a
everybody meet
hit.
them and tell, you know, all of their names and their personalities because they're all very different. I have another one that I saved, who was a runt, and people who've been following me for a while on Twitter will remember, all like literally almost died. Was not good. He was a runt. I woke up one day. This is gross too. I'm sorry, you guys, but he had like this stuff coming out of his butt. It was, I don't know what was happening. It was like a compacted bowel movement or something, but it was like really terrible. He was like in really bad, he was really lethargic, really terrible shape. We had to rush him to the vet. It was bad. But he's great now. He's great. He's like ginormous and very playful. He still has some issues. Like one of his eyes are kind of crossed.
Wow.
But we saved him. He's alive. We rescued him. So I'm like a little cat saver.
That's amazing. That's goals. That's goals.
Dude,
Once I have my own
my
place.
husband would disagree. Will you stop saving all these cats? Sorry, honey. I can't like leave them to die. It's just not in my nature.
Right. What else? What, we're gonna
Right.
leave them to die, honey? Really?
That's what I told
Really?
him.
That's
When
the people we are.
I texted him. He was at work when I found baby Jack, and I texted him before I left for the emergency vet, which by the way is 45 minutes from my house. It's like 7:30 at night. I text my husband and I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going to OSU emergency veterinary clinic. I found this cat and I sent him a picture and he's like, why? And I'm like, what do you mean why? Why? Are you crazy? Why?
Look at the picture.
I'm like, I'm already halfway there. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, he's not like, he's like polar opposite of me in many ways. He doesn't have like that emotional, like he doesn't get like emotionally attached to these animals. And I'm like, I can't just leave it like that. Did you see the thing on her eye? I cannot.
Yep.
I can't. Yep. So yeah. But he would love if I would stop saving all these damn animals.
I bet he secretly loves it. I bet he secretly loves it.
I tweeted a picture like a week or two ago.
I'm dying on him. That was so cute. That was so cute.
I don't even want to hear it. I come down. I was upstairs. I might have been putting my kids to bed or something, and I came downstairs, and like there's like this rounded place where our stairs are that there's an armchair in, and that's where he was sitting. So I'm coming down the stairs, and as I'm at the top of the stairs, I could see where he was sitting, and I saw Jack on his shoulder. So I come like down and around the stairs to like the front of him, and I just stood there. He's like, "What?" And I'm like.
I told you so.
Yeah. And then I grabbed my phone and he's like, are you really going to take? And I'm like, yes, I'm taking a picture. You're damn straight. I'm taking a picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
He loves it. He secretly loves her. He loves her. He just doesn't know it yet. Wait till he sees the pirate hat. Come on.
So cute. I love it.
Who could resist it? Oh,
too cute. I need to go get hats, Halloween outfits for my animals too. We have to go to the animal store tomorrow to get stuff, and I gotta go peruse.
Do your pets let you put clothes on them?
Oh, so I'm not gonna try that with my fucking cats. Especially my oldest. He would hate it. My Jasper. I call him in Zulu. I call my twins because they're only like 2 months apart, and I adopted them a few months apart, and they're both black, so I call them my twins. But he's technically my middle child. But Jasper, he'll do anything. He probably let me do anything. He doesn't give a fuck. He's always been great about having a harness on. He doesn't give a fuck. But Wilson is very particular.
Yeah.
So I will be lucky if I was hoping I could get maybe a cute little headband with a little hat. I could get a quick photo. I'm not going to hold my breath though. I'm not going to hold my breath.
I don't know that I have a single cat other than Jack. And that's just because she's so small that I don't think she can really fight me on it yet. I don't think any of my cats would be willing to let me put clothes on them. Any of them. Daryl would probably be my best bet because I'm not kidding. My Daryl is the best cat. He's an asshole, but he's also the best cat. Like he is so kind and nurturing to the other cats. He's like a little mother, honestly. He grooms all of them. You know, he takes naps with all of them. Like, he's like the nicest cat ever. Again, he's an asshole, but all cats are. But he's the best. He is like secretly, he's maybe my favorite, other than Jack. Jack's kind of my favorite now. So, you know. Can you blame me?
I love
Look
it.
at her. Look at her.
Yeah,
She's adorable. Okay. We should probably bitch about some stuff instead of talking about
Let's
cats.
go.
We should.
Let's go.
And I haven't really been on camera in like a week, so there's a lot to fucking bitch about.
Oh my God.
First of all, maybe we should talk. Let's see, what could we talk about? We could talk about the Build Back Better bill, which is bullshit. That was a lot of alliteration there. You know, the fact that y'all. Okay, so like 2 weeks ago, the Kyle Kalinskis of the world and the Ryan Grimms of the world were all like, "Oh, look at the progressives standing their ground. This is so great to see." And now we're down to, what is it, 1.9? 1.9. We're down to 1.9 now from 3. I can't even. I fucking can't even. Oh God! And people are still cheering this shit on. Like,
well, it's like how our $2,000 checks. Or because the 600 is actually, we got that from this place, so that's why we got 1,400. So that's why that 600 we really actually did get from that other place, though. But that's why we didn't get to 2,000.
Dude,
it's that
Georgia voters should never vote for Democrats ever again, ever. Nobody should. But Georgia voters, y'all, if you live in Georgia, you should be pissed off. They lied to you straight to your faces. Come on, guys. You have to vote for Jon Ossoff, this mayonnaise-covered milquetoast piece of shit. You got to vote for this guy because then we'll get you this $2,000 checks you need. Come on. Then you vote for the guy, and they're like, just kidding. Here's $1,400. What the fuck is that? $1,400 does not equal 2,000. I don't care what kind of math you do. That does not equal 2,000. Like, you got to do some fancy ass mental gymnastics to make that okay with yourself. Like, there's Trump gave you that $600, motherfuckers. Donald fucking Trump has given you more than Joe Biden. That's not that's not me making shit up. That's reality. Donald Trump gave you more than Joe Biden has given you. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. And the fact that people are just okay with this shit, it pisses me the fuck off. Y'all, people are hurting. It's bad out there. And like, I live in like a little bubble where, you know, I don't have to see all of that shit. And I think that that's a lot of the problem, is a lot of like middle class folks haven't been directly impacted as much yet. And so they're able to ignore it. And that needs to end. That shit needs to end. I'm really tired of the human condition where we don't give a shit about things unless they're impacting us directly. Can we stop doing that? Really? Can we stop doing that? Can we try some empathy? Maybe just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. Like, is that too much to ask? It's so fucking frustrating. And then to watch so-called progressives and leftists cheer on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders, and like Marianne Williamson tweeted some shit out today about it's so encouraging, or it's so great to see Bernie Sanders voting or fighting for dental hearing aids and glasses and vision for our old people. Young people just don't know what it's like to have or to not have those things. Bitch, you think that young people don't have to go to a dentist? You think that young people don't have to wear glasses? What the fuck are you talking about? First of all. Second of all, that motherfucker hasn't fought for anything. He doesn't fight. He puts out tweets. He writes strongly worded letters. There's no fight in that dude at all.
He's a sellout.
Oh God, I hate that guy. I honestly hate that guy. And I'm not saying, I'm not using that word lightly at all. I genuinely mean it. I hate that guy. In my opinion, nobody has done more damage to a genuine people's revolution, a genuine people's movement, a genuine leftist movement than Bernie fucking Sanders. There's nobody who has done more damage than that dude. Nobody. And that's Barack Obama. Like, that's even Barack Obama. Bernie Sanders has fucked the left up so hard over the past 5 years that I don't even know how we come back from it, honestly. He is he is the cause of most of the division, because the division happened when in 2016, those of us who were like, yeah, fuck that guy, moved on. And then there was like another part of the left that was like, oh, well, we can reform the party, and you cannot reform the fucking Democratic Party. Can we stop with that nonsense, please? Are we finally to a point now where we can stop pretending like that's a thing that's going to happen? It's not going to happen.
Nope.
It was never going to happen. If anything, Bernie Sanders has been reforming the party since 2016, right? So he's had what, 5 years? They've gotten worse. They're worse now than they ever were. Oh, God damn it. It's so annoying. He said we're going to reform the Democratic Party, and then those motherfuckers elected Joe Biden.
We're going to push Joe. We're going to push him left.
Captain Crime Bill. We're going to push Captain Crime Bill to the left.
The architect.
Oh, God damn it. I seriously hate Bernie Sanders with a fiery fucking passion. He is, and I used to like him.
Okay, well, that's the thing, Misty. How do you feel about those people that are like, because I'm one of them, and they're like, but he woke so many people up. You need to respect him. What do you say to that?
No, okay, here's the thing. That's true. He did, I don't know that he necessarily woke people up, but I think that what he did do is that he made people who saw what was happening realize that they weren't alone. And because that's true for me too. Because because he didn't wake me up, but he did make me realize that, oh shit, there's other people out there who realize that things are fucked up and they're willing to fight for it. You know what I mean? Or at least I thought. There's not a lot of those people are not willing to fight for it. But in 2015, I thought, oh shit, look, there's all these people who are willing to fight for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it is true. Like he did in a certain way, wake people up or whatever you want to call it. But whatever positive comes from that is completely destroyed by the fact that he then manipulated those people, stole from those people, took millions of dollars from those people, and then led them right back into the Democratic Party. That is everything good you can say about what he might have done to wake people up is completely negated by that fact. It's just not even a question. It's not even a question. The fact that he, was handed everything that he needed to prove that he was cheated in 2015, 2016, by Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and walked off the field and then endorsed the human embodiment of everything he claims to stand against. Nope. I'm done with you. I was done. I tried to be patient with the reform people because I thought that those were still going to be allies. I thought that those were still going to be people who eventually were on their own journey. They're going to wake up. It's, it was hard for people to be so royally fucked over. So I was hoping that if I was patient and kind with those people, that eventually they would come around. And some of them did. A lot of them did. But there are still a great many people who still... but those people, even if they moved on from Bernie, they just moved on to AOC and Nina Turner, which is the same goddamn thing. It's the same goddamn thing. So I have absolutely no love or respect for Bernie Sanders left at all. I don't think he gets credit for absolutely anything. I think he has, again, done so much damage, irreparable damage. I don't even know how we recover from what happened and what continues to happen. The fact that he Russiagated and pushed this bullshit narrative at the top of his fucking lungs while refusing to talk about the fact that he was cheated, he won't even say Julian Assange's name. Julian Assange has been in prison for April of 2019. So what is that, like 18, 19 months, something like that? Hasn't said his name one time, not one time. I can't even fathom why people are still supporting that guy or claiming that he's fighting for anything. Dude isn't fighting for dick. Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Yep.
I mean, these people are impressed by tweets, Liv. It's like AOC puts out a tweet and they're like, oh my God, yes, queen, fuck off.
But her dress, Missy, you didn't like her dress?
That dress was fucking offensive. It was offensive. It's offensive. Fuck her.
Well,
Stupid
Black
fucking dress.
Lives Matter protesters getting brutally arrested right out front.
Because of a police murder that happened in her district that to this day she hasn't spoken a word of. Not a word of. So fuck that bitch. Sorry. Oh, is that violent? I don't give a shit. You know what's violent? The fact that people are living in poverty every day. You know what's violent? The fact that people can't feed their children every day. You know what's violent? The fact that people can't go to a doctor when they're sick every day. That's violence. Me telling AOC to fuck off isn't violence. And anybody who tries to pretend that it is can fuck off too. I'm sick of hearing
freedom of fucking speech.
Yeah, well, we are about to lose that shit. Nobody seems to care.
Right. That's
Speaking of freedom of speech,
misinformation.
yeah, speaking of freedom of speech, Shahid Buttar sent me this thing. I want to share it with you guys because if you are near Berkeley, in California, there is an event that is going to be happening. So he sent me this today. I'm looking forward to speaking later this month in Berkeley, in defense of First Amendment, press freedom, government accountability, publisher Julian Assange and justice. Mark your calendar and join us at iconic Sproul, I'm guessing, Plaza at noon on Monday, 10/25. So October 25th. At 12 p.m. Please, 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 if you are in the Berkeley area, go out, get out there, get loud while you can, while it's still legal to do so. For the love of God, please. Shit is not going good for us. It's not going good for us, especially on the free speech. God damn it, y'all. It's really getting bad. Combo Couch is off of YouTube for a week because of a video that they posted that wasn't bad at all. I think it was just like them covering what mainstream media had covered or some shit like that. And that's happening all over the place. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times Slow News Day has gotten dinged, Combo Couch has gotten dinged, Nico's gotten dinged. They're demonetized still. And that's going to continue to happen. And I don't know why. Honestly, Liv, I do not know why I cannot get people to understand what a big deal this is. It's honestly, it keeps me up at night because I cannot find the fucking words to get people to realize how crazy bad this is. What's happening to Julian Assange is just the tip of the iceberg. It starts with him, and it really didn't even start with him. This has been like the assault on the First Amendment has been happening for a very long time, but over the past 10 or 15 years, it has been escalated dramatically. And if Julian Assange is allowed to be extradited, it is game over. That's it.
And that's coming up. His hearing's coming up, right?
27th and the 28th. There are a multitude of events happening. Please, if you can, here, let me share this too. Sorry, I'm a big sharing machine right now, but here we go. My friend James in the UK, there's a bunch of events happening in the UK. So this is the big one. Wednesday, the 27th of October, there's a protest outside the court. It's the Royal Court of Justice at 9 a.m. That is the first day. It's the 27th and 28th. There are events on both days outside of the courts, but I'm just going to share this one. Both are at the same time. That's what time court starts. So if you are in the UK, if you are in anywhere near London, please, 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 please get out there. Please get out there. I've been saying this for years. The only thing that stops this is mass public pressure. That's it. That's it. It's not, we can't appeal to their better angels. They don't have them. We can't appeal to, doing the right thing. They don't care. It's going to take mass public pressure to stop this from happening. And there's a very good chance that they could overturn the extradition ruling on the medical grounds. They just had a couple months ago, they had the appeal where they were trying to decide what they could appeal on. And the judge ruled that they can now appeal on the medical grounds, which is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. They're trying to discredit the doctor who gave the testimony, the expert testimony in Julian's defense, and not even really in his defense, just speaking on his mental health condition. He's the doctor who has spent the most time with Julian Assange by far. They're now trying to discredit him and say that his testimony should be thrown out the window entirely. It's insane. It is insane. It's so scary what's happening. And again, if Julian Assange is extradited, I don't know how else to say it, but that's it. That's it. That sets a precedent that I don't know how we come back from that. Like once y'all, I don't think that we have historical precedent for this. Like if you lose your rights, you don't get them back. You don't get them back. Like look at the Patriot Act. Everything that we lost with the Patriot Act, we never got that shit back. That shit was supposed to be temporary. We're what, like 20 years away, and we're still we're not, like, that's it. It's game over. And this is literally your right to know, your right to read, your right to research, your right to inform yourself, your right to think, really. I mean, they're trying, we say it all the time. This is the easiest sentence I can say is that the United States is seeking global jurisdiction over information and journalism. That's it. And if that doesn't terrify you, I don't know what's wrong with you. That's scary shit. That's scary shit. Do you guys know the United States? Have you heard of them? They're not good actors. They're not good actors. These are terrible people. Terrible people. And it's really not just the United States. It's the global ruling elite.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of power. That's a lot of fucking power, y'all. That means that they can go anywhere, anytime, and arrest anybody, journalist or not, for tweeting, publishing, saying, writing, posting, anything that they deem a national security threat. That's all it takes.
Yep.
That's, again, first of all, I don't know why I have to convince people that that's serious, because to me that's scary as fuck, and it should be just like, oh shit, that's not good. But it's then, like, when I explain it to people that they still just don't care, it's really frustrating. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I am. I'm tired. I really am. It's been an exhausting 2.5 years. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. It really, and that's just me in my 2.5 years. Like, there are people who have been in the trenches of this fight since it started, for over a decade. There's people like Emmy in the UK who's been like front line, and I always try to give credit to those people, because while I was a supporter of WikiLeaks, I read WikiLeaks, I was interested in WikiLeaks, I donated to WikiLeaks, I bought merch from WikiLeaks, I wasn't heavily invested. For whatever reason, I guess I just didn't take it seriously enough, or I didn't think it was as serious as it was. But when he was pulled from the Ecuadorian embassy for like whatever it was that set something off, you know what I mean? And it then became an obsession. So that's what did it for me. And I know that everybody's on like their own journey. And so, like, I have a really hard time remaining patient with people, and I'm trying to do better about that. Because not everybody's in the same place. Not everybody has the same information. Not everybody, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's hard because we're this close. Yeah. We're this close to losing it, like losing the First Amendment, which there's been a whole battle that I've had to go through recently with communists over, well, we don't care about the First Amendment because we want to destroy the Constitution. We don't give a shit about it. God, that's so frustrating. That is so, okay. So if we lose the First Amendment, how do you plan to fight? If you can't even inform people, if you can't spread information, if you can't combat propaganda, how the fuck do you intend to fight for anything? Yep. How the fuck? Please tell me. I'm interested. Please tell me. Because once that gets shut down, I don't know how you fight for anything that you care about. Whether it's the environment, education, ending the wars, healthcare, I don't care what it is. If you cannot actively combat propaganda and get reliable information out to the people, you cannot effectively fight for anything. This kills activism, period. Mm-hmm. Activism was over. You know what I mean? It's over. I mean, just look at all of the, I'm rambling. Sorry.
You're going off.
I catch myself.
This is new information for me.
I shouldn't have started talking about Julian Assange because that happens. But that's seriously, if you think about it, if you just look, this isn't just about Julian Assange. It's not just about him being extradited. If you look across the country, there are anti-protest laws in state houses across the fucking country. In my state alone, in Ohio, there are 4 right now being in different stages of development or whatever. And that's just, I think in Oklahoma, there are 12 anti-protest laws. This is as laws have been passed across the country where cops can now plow through crowds of protesters, and there are anti-BDS laws. And if you don't pledge allegiance to Israel, you can lose your job in certain states. And, it's not just Julian Assange. It's a multitude of different, they're attacking the First Amendment from all fronts. But the Julian Assange case, to me, is so important because this will be the first time ever that a publisher will be charged under the Espionage Act. And that sets a precedent that, again, I don't know how we come back from. I just don't.
Well, it's not even just that it's a publisher. It's that it's a non-U.S. citizen. What the fuck, people?
Oh, there are people who still don't know that. I was talking to, who was I talking to? Oh, Bess, I think, from Millennial Splaining, who I love. She's fantastic. But she was interviewing me, and I said that Julian Assange is not even American. She's like, what? And I'm like, Yeah, he's not like, this is an Australian citizen who at the time that not at the time that he was arrested, kidnapped. He wasn't arrested, he was kidnapped. But right up until recent, like right before he was kidnapped, he was also had dual citizenship through Ecuador. That was stripped from him without due process, to allow British authorities to go into the Ecuadorian embassy, because that is technically Ecuadorian sovereign land. So for them to enter into the embassy, they had to have permission from the Ecuadorian government. So they stripped him of his Ecuadorian citizenship without due process, and then gave British police the permission to go in and kidnap an Australian citizen and take him to a supermax prison for the crime of journalism. And nobody cares. Well, that's not true. People care, but you know what I mean? It's not the fact that that's not on the front page of every newspaper, the headline of every, or the top story of every news show is fascinating to me. Oh God. The fact that the key witness in the case against him can come out in an Icelandic magazine and admit that he totally made up everything in order to get immunity from the FBI, who is a convicted child molester, and a known criminal. Like, he was convicted of embezzling money from WikiLeaks in Iceland. And they give this guy immunity. He makes up his entire testimony. Then he comes out and admits to it. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talked about that. The fact that the CIA, there's this whole Yahoo article, which, y'all, Yahoo didn't break that story. Yahoo did not break that story. Max Blumenthal was talking about that in May of 2020. The whole UC Global case was talking, like, that's the whole UC Global case. Julian Assange was being spied on. There were plans to murder him. There were plans to kidnap him, poison him. They tried to steal his baby's diaper so that they could get proof that it was his child. Like, it sounds like a fucking spy novel. It's real life. This is stuff that's happening. But the fact that the Yahoo article, this is Yahoo. It's like a mainstream media, and still we cannot get CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, to their credit, did I think do a segment on it, probably Tucker Carlson. God damn it. I am so angry. I am so angry that our mainstream media sucks so hard that I am put in a position to have to praise Tucker Carlson. You know, that's gross. I don't want to praise Tucker Carlson. He's a douche canoe of the highest order. He is a piece of shit. Yeah. But he's the only one that will talk about Julian Assange on mainstream media. The only one. The only fucking one. That says something. Where's Rachel Maddow? Where's Chris Cuomo?
That the ruling class will allow to talk about. Because I don't know how he spins it, but I'm sure it's not actually like...
No, he does great. Great fucking coverage. I'm not kidding. He has Glenn Greenwald to talk about Julian Assange. He has Jimmy Dore to talk about Julian Assange. He's had Max. Yes, he does amazing coverage of Julian Assange. I'm not kidding. He doesn't. I mean, that's okay. Amazing is probably overblowing it, and it's probably due to the fact that he's the only one that's doing it. So, but seriously, I mean, Josh can attest to this too. He does good coverage of Julian Assange, and consistently. This is not like he did one show, 6 months ago and then, hasn't talked about it since. He does consistent coverage of Julian Assange. You know what I mean? Like every month or two, there's like a story on Tucker Carlson's show. It's amazing. And it's weird. And people will always say, well, yeah, but why do you think that I don't care why they let him. I don't care why he does it. I don't give a shit. The fact is that he is speaking to 3 to 5 million people every single night, and he's covering Julian Assange. And that's all I care about. That's all I care about.
Wow.
I know.
That's crazy. News to me. That's news to me. Does he bring it back to like, this is the US's fault? Like,
yes.
Wow. Yeah. And what was the reaction? Like, what? Wow. I don't want to praise Tucker Carlson. This is sick.
People on the left get mad at Glenn Greenwald for going on his show, or they'll get mad at Jimmy Dore for going on his show. But people on the left don't give a shit about Julian Assange. It's the weirdest thing. I hate it. I don't know when this like shift happened, but free speech used to be a solidly leftist issue. Solidly leftist. Like it was a leftist fucking issue. And now it can't get leftist people to cover Julian Assange ever. Like Kyle Kulinski will do like 1 8-minute video every 9 months. I don't watch Humanist Report anymore, but he very rarely covers it too. Ryan Knight has done a couple shows on it. Who else is out there? FHL has done a pretty good job. Like I said, CJ's had me on to talk about it. RJ had me on to talk about it. So they've done some pretty solid coverage. Obviously, Action for Assange is fully dedicated to it. But we're not really leftists. Like, we're very much not post-partisan. Like, we are post-partisan. There's people from all across the spectrum involved in Assange activism. But I don't know. There's this whole weird gatekeeping bullshit on the left. You know what I mean? If you do not fall in line, if you do not subscribe to every issue, like right in line with what I believe in, then you can't sit with us.
Yep.
And it's a problem. It's a real big problem. It's such a big problem on the left. I mean, have you noticed that?
I mean, I just think it's really sad and pathetic how, like, the oldest war technique in the book of divide and conquer is still, like,
so
up and
effective.
working today.
God damn it.
And we all know about it, and we all still let it beat us. We all still let it.
It's not like we don't. Oh my God. It's so annoying, especially, the read theory people. Listen, I'm not trashing the read theory people. Theory is important. You should read theory. You should read all different kinds of theory. You should educate yourself in every way possible. But there's this arrogance. There's this condescension. I don't know how the fuck you expect to win or even get a revolution started when you're looking down your nose at people who are otherwise allies, who, maybe they haven't read the right books, but they want the same things that you do, generally speaking. And, it would be much more effective rather than to like sneer at them and, oh, you need to read a book. It would be much more effective for you to just practice what you preach, and to, live theory and show people through actions how it applies, and reach out to those people, be supportive of those people, be encouraging to those people. Because here's the thing. This is what I've noticed. There are a lot of people, like from Bernie Sanders to the right, who agree with us on a whole lot of shit, like a lot of shit. If you speak to them on individual issues, they agree on a lot of things. But when you're snarky and condescending and dismissive of those people because they don't read the right books or they don't label themselves the right way, you're going to lose them to the right. You are absolutely going to lose them to the right, because the right doesn't care what books you read. They don't care. All they care is that you're willing to stand on their side. That's all they care about. They want to get shit done. So they'll welcome you with open arms. They don't care if they disagree with you on a few things. I mean, I think that we've seen that the right, when they want to get something done, they stand together. They band together like nothing else I've ever seen. And it doesn't matter if they disagree with you on some other shit, or if you know what I mean? Like, what? They don't care. They just want to get that thing done. And we're losing people. We're losing people who would otherwise be swayed to our side because people are condescending assholes.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not I know people who are like this. I like people who are like this. Other than this aspect of their personality. I think that they are good people. I think that they have, I think that they think they're doing the best thing. I just disagree, like, entirely. Entirely. I live in small town Ohio. I'm surrounded by Trump voters. I have had conversations with them where they 100% agree with me on, healthcare, or on ending the wars, or on Julian Assange, or on, a host of other issues. Or maybe they have like a similar end game, but that we might disagree on like how we get there. Or maybe we might disagree slightly on the end game, but we kind of agree on how we get there. You know what I mean? And they're not bad people. They're not stupid people. They are desperate, hardworking people who have been propagandized against the wrong people and the wrong things. And that's it. That's it. It's that simple. And being a condescending prick does us no favors, and it wins nobody over. It really, can you imagine? I mean, why would you want to help people who insult you and dismiss you? And no, that's not how you win people over.
Yeah.
It's not.
I know. I just keep thinking of what my mom always said and what I was raised on. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it.
And listen, I'm a snarky piece of shit. I get it. Like, I'm, especially on Twitter, I'm an asshole. I get that. So there is a little bit of a hypocrisy in what I'm saying here, because I 100% could do better about this myself. I am trying. It's hard because I have legitimately run out of patience on a lot of these things. Like on Julian Assange, I'm out of patience. I tried really hard. For like 2.5 years, I tried to be as patient as I could. I tried to bring people information tried to correct misinformation. But on Twitter, it's difficult too, because there is legitimately like a small crew of people who will just post anti-Assange stuff just to piss me off, because they want me to say something that is suspendable, or they want a screenshot of, you know what I mean, so that they can all like share it around. It's fucking dumb. So yeah, it's difficult on Twitter. I promise you, in real life, I'm much better at this. I am much better at this. Like, it's night and day. But in real life, it's different. It's a whole different atmosphere. You can see the person you're speaking to. You can read their body language and their expressions, and you can, it's like a real conversation. On Twitter, it's like people just trying to get score Twitter points by, being a jerk. Yeah, that's really all it is. Yep. Discourse is not. It's not easy on Twitter. It is not easy on Twitter. I just called AOC the fraud squad, drama queen, and con squad yes queen for Uncle Joe's Rainbow Coalition death cult, and tag Sarcasm Stardust on Twitter. Hi, Fred. I haven't seen you in a while, Fred. Hey, Mad Mom.
I just had coffee out of my death cult cup earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that a Medhurst thing?
Made the design for that.
That's a Medhurst thing, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend made the design for him.
Right.
So it was awesome.
Yeah. Weak ass trolls. Very you cool. Damn straight, Mad Mom. Oh my god, my trolls, y'all. I have the dumbest fucking trolls on Twitter. I'm not kidding. I really do have the dumbest trolls on Twitter.
I've seen them. It's pathetic.
Oh my god, you guys, it's so bad. My favorite story is the time that they spent hours being furious at me and like tweeting relentlessly about the fact that I didn't speak about Reality Winner being released from prison. When it turns out that I was literally at an on the ground action talking to people about Reality Winner. We announced it at our event, which was being live streamed. I was handing out buttons and information packets about Reality Winner, but they were just furious that I didn't tweet about it soon enough. Y'all make it too easy. You make yourselves look dumb. You know what I'm saying? You make yourself. I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to do it because y'all just make yourselves look dumb.
Yeah,
it's really terrible. I deserve better.
You do, Misty, you do.
I do. It's like they're sending not even like the junior league. Like, Jesus Christ, y'all.
You deserve better trolls.
Oh God. What was the most recent one? They were mad at me about something. When the Yahoo story broke, and they were like, Trump was like, the Trump administration was were plotting to kill or kidnap Julian Assange. And they're like, oh, how's Misty going to spin this one? How's Misty doing today? Oh my God. Y'all, what the fuck are you talking about? How am I doing that? The thing that I've been saying was happening all along turns out to have been true and I was proven right. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. I'm doing great. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, is that supposed to be some own? It's like they've convinced themselves that I'm a Trump supporter or something, and that like I'm going to be like just hurt to death that Trump was trying to kidnap and kill Julian Assange, when that's what I was talking about for 4 years. Like that's for 2 years at least after he was arrested. I mean, and Caitlin Johnstone. Here's how you know it's bad. Caitlin Johnstone, who has some really dumb trolls herself, tweeted out that my trolls are dumber than her trolls. That's how you know it's bad. Damn. Because there's like a multitude of tweets of mine on Twitter, easily searchable. It's public, right? Totally public, of me trashing Donald Trump, trashing his supporters, saying that that's exactly what was happening, talking about the Stratford leaks where the whole plan, like Julian Assange himself released the plan of how they were going to deal with him, how they were going to, tie him up in legal cases. Like this is all shit that I've talked about relentlessly. Like just people get mad because that's all I talk about. And then these people, really, you can't just do like a simple Twitter search to like prevent yourself from looking like a complete idiot.
Yep.
Oh, Geoff had to delete his fucking tweet because he looked like a fucking dumbass. Geoff lives don't matter. Fuck that guy. He's the worst, dude. We really do need GLDM shirts. We really do. I need a shirt. I'm gonna make my own damn shirt. That's what's
Do
up.
it. Yes.
I hate that fucking guy, dude. If he's
I don't know like
paid,
anything about him. He's not on my radar because he's not worthy.
Good. Keep it that way. He is a fucking schmuck of the highest order, dude. He is a waste of space. He is awful. He's awful. He is awful. He just lies. He makes shit up. Like he's invented this version of me that doesn't exist to like shadow box with. He hates me for no reason. Actually, he hates me because I called him out. That's really what this amounts to. So when he worked for Andrew Gillum, and then got caught lying about who he was actually working for and all of that stuff, I called him out, and then he blocked me like he blocks every fucking buddy. And then he decided to just start making shit up about me and getting his little minions to lie and smear and all of that stuff. And he's just pathetic. He really is. If he's not getting paid, God, I feel so bad for him. I mean, if he's getting paid, at least, I mean, you're still pathetic, but at least you're getting paid, At least you're getting paid for it. But if you're not getting paid, dude, you need to reevaluate your life. Real talk. It's always amazing to me how if you go and look at these people's timelines, it's like 97% dedicated to my tweets. You guys, I'm not that important. I'm not that cool. I don't have any power. I have no influence. I have no money, although I am many money bags. But to be that obsessed with a mom from Ohio is really sad. It's so sad. It's really like, I don't even know what to say about that. Like that's to be that obsessed with Fiorella, and spend all of your time trashing independent journalist, because you don't agree with her. Like there's lots of people that I don't like on Twitter. Lots of people. I just keep scrolling. I don't stalk them. I don't stalk them. I don't haunt their timeline. I don't sneak on my alt to go find to go troll their or to go scroll through their tweets to find something to manufacture outrage over and then take screenshots and then share it in the group DM so that everybody can share it out with their smirking. I don't do I have a life.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's just sad. It makes me sad, Liv. I mean, you're gonna have trolls too soon. It's coming.
I hope not. Oh
It's
my
coming.
God. I that's really I just
It's
people, come on. But first of all, are they even people? Aren't they just bots at this point?
Some of them are. And I think that honestly, a lot of these are, it's like one person who has 25 accounts. And there's a bunch of those. But I think that it's, I think that most of them are either paid, alts of the paid people. And then I do think that there are some genuine idiots who just get pulled in to that herd mentality, that group thing. There's one guy that we talk about all the time who I genuinely think he's a legitimate person. And I honestly don't think that he's a bad person in real life. I think that he was just kind of desperate for a sense of belonging, you know what I mean? And just fell into the wrong group of people on Twitter. Damn. You know what I'm saying? And now I honestly think that if this person, and I'm not going to mention him by name because I don't want anybody going after him, but I honestly think that this person, if they could find a way to get out without looking like a complete dumb fuck, would do so. But they're so far in that it's hard. you know? And if they get out now, all of those people who they think are their friends would turn on them so hard. Oh, y'all, would turn on them so hard. Their life would be miserable on Twitter. Like they'd have to completely delete their account and start over, and like under a completely different identity because they would fuck them up. They're terrible people, y'all. They like went and found like my husband's voter registration, and they now have my address, and they got onto my private Instagram account and have pictures of my children. They're fucking crazy. They're losers of the highest order. Seriously, who does that? Who does that? Who does that?
Oh my God, that is sick.
They're losers. I'm telling you, Liv. They have no life. They're sad, miserable little people. Who does that? Like, I have like 20, I don't even know, like over 20,000 followers. I don't know how many, 25 maybe? But that's not that much in the grand scheme of things. I have a couple tiny shows. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how many followers or subscribers A4A has. I don't have any idea. I think Fax has maybe like 2,300. I don't know. Bitch has, I don't even know, like 1,500 maybe. And that's you're focusing on. Yo, come on. It's just sad. It makes me sad. It really does. And it's frustrating because there are bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
You know, there are bigger fish to fry.
Oh, yeah.
These are the
You're
same
the
people
enemy.
who, right? I have no power. No power. None. Zero power. I have zero influence. I mean, people argue with me. Yes, you do have influence. Okay. Like maybe a minuscule, really, in the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my 25,000 Twitter followers aren't doing shit. You know, let's be real. I'm real with myself about it. I have no delusions of grandeur here. Like I don't influence anybody. I'm not like going to change anybody's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just dumb. It's so silly. And these are the same people who make excuses for those people who do have actual power. You know? Those people who do have those people who are currently right now caving once again on, you know, the infrastructure and the Build Back Better, which the bill's bullshit anyway. It's a garbage ass bill anyway, but it's still worth mentioning that they, you know, they're standing their ground, and now we're down to 1.9. Is that standing their ground? Christ on a cracker, y'all. Jesus. Yeah. That's not standing your ground. I hate to tell you that. That's not.
Yeah, it's sad. It's
But they're coming, Liv. The more popular you get, which you will get more popular, it's coming. So just be ready for that. Seriously. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I'm honestly proud of myself. I'm just going to say it because I wasn't sure how I would handle it because I was not like, I knew once I started appearing on camera regularly, I was very cognizant of the fact that this was something that could and probably would happen. If you put yourself into the public space, not everybody's going to like you. And that's okay. I'm not for everybody. I get that. Like, I don't expect like Sky posted something the other day. And it's true. Like, if everybody likes you, you're fake as fuck.
Yep.
You're just people pleasing and you're fake as fuck. And so that's okay. Like, I don't expect everybody to like me. But it is weird to have people like legitimately stalking you.
Yeah.
You know, digging into your personal life, finding pictures of your children, getting your address. You know, they all think that they have like some gotcha because my husband is affiliated with the Republican Party in Ohio. In Ohio, you don't have to register with any party. You don't have to we have open primaries, right? So the only time you have to claim a party or state a party is when you go to vote in the primary. You have to just say if you want a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot. So my husband in the last election wanted to vote against Donald Trump. So he asked for a Republican ballot. I don't know that I would necessarily classify my husband as a Republican. I wouldn't say he's a leftist. I'd say he's like I'm working on him on a lot of things. But I wouldn't say he's Republican, but because he asked for a Republican ballot, that's what is listed on his voter registration as like his affiliation or whatever. And they think that that's like some gotcha. Oh, you're married to a Republican. First of all, so what? Like, I'm somebody who preaches working with people and talking to people you don't agree with all the time. So you're surprised that I somehow practice what I preach? Like, is that supposed to be some gotcha? Like, oh, you mean I'm not a
In
hypocrite?
Ohio, there's not a whole lot of Democrats in Ohio.
There is actually, especially in like like the cities, Columbus, Cleveland,
Well, yeah,
Cincinnati.
cities,
Yeah.
Like everywhere else, that's how California is. Like all the major cities are all Democrat, but like the where I'm at and like all the rural areas, it's all Republican.
Well, if you look at the map, like the voting map with like the red and blue where it shows like who votes for what, it's like red everywhere except for the major cities. That's it. I mean, the coasts and the major cities. That's it.
And you know what?
So,
like my best friend, like her husband's like, he's Trumper and everything, but he's one of the like nicest fucking most awesome people I've ever met, and he treats my best friend very well. So I don't give a fuck who he votes for. Like, if they're not shit heels, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, team sports shit is you're dividing people on things that you don't need to be divided on.
But these are people who legitimately cut people, like family members, disowned family members over who they voted for. To me,
my uncle was like, everyone who voted for Trump, that we should like round them up in camps and kill them all. I'm like, you want to genocide all the fucking Republicans in the country? Are you fucking kidding me? And you're better than them? Like, I don't get it.
No.
You're literally like talking like a Nazi. So good. Yay. You got a D next to your name and you're a fucking okay.
There's no self-awareness there though, Josh. They don't recognize how fucking awful they are. It is stupid. I mean, like,
I don't vote.
I know. I didn't vote in the last time I voted was did I vote in 2018? Oh yeah, I did. I voted in 2018 only because there was our school levy was on the ballot. So like if there's like some local issues or ballot initiatives or whatever, or if there's like a school board vote that I think might be impactful, I'll go vote for that shit. But I'm done with electoral politics, generally speaking. I'm done. I was done really in 2016. I did go vote again because of the local stuff. I did not vote in 2020. There wasn't anything local that I thought really mattered. So I didn't vote. And I won't vote in 2022. I probably won't vote again. If there's some local shit, maybe. If I feel like it's worth it to get up off my ass and go vote, maybe. But electoral politics ain't it. It ain't it. Nope. And I'm sure shit not going to start disowning people because they voted for the wrong team. You voted for Joe Biden and you're trying to claim moral superiority? Really? I mean, what the fuck kind of cognitive dissonance does it take to vote for Joe Biden and then pretend like you're better than a Trump voter? Biden is worse, objectively speaking. Biden is worse than Donald Trump on a lot of issues. Immigration, he's deported more people. Just seriously, war. I mean, foreign policy, he's worse. It's not even close. Like, it's not even close. It's really not even close. Like, he's done a great job of like the very surface level token issues of like Indigenous Peoples Day. Or painting Black Lives Matter on a road or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like this really just dumb. Oh God, it's embarrassing. Like the Kente cloths and it's offensive. It's offensive. They don't do anything substantive for these people. Nothing. They haven't done shit for Indigenous Americans. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I mean, how about we have some land reform? How about we talk about that? How about we deal with the missing and murdered Indigenous women issue that's happening in this country and has been happening in this country for decades that nobody fucking talks about? How about we deal with police brutality? How about we deal with gentrification? How about there's a multitude of things that they could make substantive change on, and they don't do shit. They like wear kente cloths and take a knee, and then Nancy Pelosi has to get help getting up because she's old as fuck and should have retired years ago. And it's so gross. It's so gross. And then they want to like if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. What the fuck? Oh my God. It's so, I shouldn't talk about this because I'm white as fuck, but it's offensive to me. It makes me angry. Oh, God damn it. God damn it. Democrats take advantage of black voters and voters of color. And where else are you going to go? That's what they'll say. Where else are you going to go? You going to vote for Republicans? Well, what the fuck? You are Republicans. You are Republicans. Like that's there's no difference whatsoever between the two teams. None.
Yep.
None. They are owned and operated by the exact same people. They're running the same agenda. The only difference is the rhetoric. That's the only difference. The only difference is the rhetoric. Who do they pander to? That's it. Who do we pander to? And it's offensive beyond measure. It makes me sick, honestly. And I hope people stop falling for this shit soon. I really hope that people stop falling for this shit soon. I mean, at some point, right? Right, guys? Right?
I'm hopeful. I mean, look at the strike wave that's happening right now.
Oh, let's talk about that shit. Let's go. Let's go. This shit is amazing. And again, mainstream media is not talking about any of it.
No.
Not a word. Not a word. Fam, I'm telling you, if we could figure out a way to, first of all, and we can talk about the General Strike Summit along with this because this ties in brilliantly, which CJ is organizing. The General Strike Summit is November 12th through the 14th, I think.
Yes.
Okay. I'm really bad at dates and names and, you
got it though. You got it.
Yes. But we need to, and I'm glad CJ's doing the General Strike Summit because we need to, hash out, ask all these questions, get everybody in kind of the right like frame of mind, the same, like on the same page. And then we need to start mutual fucking aid. We need to have a extremely strong mutual aid network. And then we need to figure out a way to get either the trucking industry to shut the fuck down or the airline industry to shut the fuck down. That would shut this country down. Yeah. That's it. Like that's trucking. That would shut the country down. We would start getting demands answered like within a week. Seriously, what the fuck are they going to do? And again, that's a skilled position too. So it's not like they can just bring in some like National Guard member or whatever.
And it's not like there's nothing to lose. The supply chains are all breaking down anyway.
I know.
Do it now, dude. Just fucking might as well.
Yeah,
that's why I think we should take advantage of all the pilots going on strike right now and target the airline industry because when I heard that thinking, I heard what you had said ringing in my head, like targeted strikes right now, targeted industry strikes, and I was like, oh my God, the airline industry, we could shut shit down.
Yeah, because I love the idea of a general strike. I really do. I just don't know that that's sustainable long term. And I think that any strike is going to have to be a long term strike. We're going to have to be willing to be in it for the long haul. And we cannot, once we start, we absolutely cannot back down at all. End of story. There is no backing down. Once we're in, we are in. We're in. Because if we back down, we lose, and then that's it. That's demoralizing beyond measure. That will destroy the movement. It would destroy the movement. So that's why I think that if we're serious, that we might want to consider, rather than a general strike, more targeted strikes of specific industries that would have an impact on the economy, because that's all they care about is the economy. That's all they care about is their profit, their money, whatever. That's all they care about. So if we can influence that, if we can throw a wrench into that, we get answers. You know what I'm saying? So I think that maybe targeted strikes would be potentially just easier to maintain, to get off the ground, and also easier to get people to participate in. Because if we are able to establish a strong mutual aid network, and we are able to show and prove to the people in those industries that we've got your back, we can take care of you, and we will take care of you, it's going to be much easier to get those people willing to join in. Because in this country, the reason why it's so difficult for us to have strikes is because we don't have a social safety net. We don't have healthcare. We don't have, you know what I mean? So it's really difficult to convince people to put that much on the line. And if we don't have a way to take care of them, they're never going to do it. They'll never do it. So we need mutual aid, which you do a lot of. So
I try.
No, and I love that. Like so I used to run a mutual aid group. I don't know if I guess that's what it was, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just weird about it. So in my local community, it started honestly like the weirdest way. You know, those like local buy, sell, trade pages on Facebook. So my kids are incredibly spoiled. And so we had like a shit ton of toys laying around that were like either like new or like really barely played with. And it was like Christmas time. And I'm like, okay, so on the buy, sell, trade page, I'm like, hey, I have a ton of stuff that's really nice, like really like almost it's either new or like new. Is there anybody out there who has kids, little girls that would like some stuff? And like lots of people responded. And then it snowballed into, for 5 years, me running a group where we would adopt families for Christmas. We would pay utility bills. We would buy diapers or groceries. We did Easter baskets, teacher baskets. Oh my God, those are my favorite. I love teachers. So we would like have people donate school supplies, and then I would put together baskets of, you know, crayons and paper and pencils and all that shit, and then just to take them and like drop them off to teachers. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I love mutual aid people. I kind of want to do it again, but it's a lot. It's really time. There was a time, my husband just got home and he's sitting here. He can vouch for this. The first year I did the Christmas thing, my basement was full of stuff. Like stuff that people donated. And it sucked because the first year I was not very, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And people were donating like the dumbest shit, like trash. Like you know what I mean? And it like, I was getting like, like people were just using me as like a dumping ground essentially. So I was like getting like huge bags full of stuff, and I'd have to go through it all and sort out like all of this stuff. And it was like mostly just junk. So I got better the second year. I was much more specific about the things that were acceptable to donate. But yeah, it's very time consuming, but like what I know that you're doing a lot of like for homeless people, like little kits and stuff. Well, why don't you talk about that a little bit? Because if people want to donate to that, that's fantastic. Please do that. So,
oh my God, that'd be great. So that is just the beginning, because I that was something I just wanted to start doing on my own before I could get in contact with like an already established mutual aid network, which I need to, that's on my to-do list, responding back to them. The mutual aid disaster relief, I think, is a network in Maryland that I'm trying to work with. Besides doing the individual work that I'm doing of just going to Sam's Club and collecting a bunch of items like socks, hand sanitizer, protein shakes, granola bars, pads, oh my God. It's just some items. If you have any other items that you'd recommend that you think would be good, please let me know. Yes, that's my live on Venmo. If you could please donate to me. I need to go do another supply run soon. And I am now, I was originally, well, I was working and then working and in school, in grad school. And then that didn't work out because that was way too much. So then I was unemployed and just doing school. And now I am putting the pause on school and focusing full time on activism, organizing, specifically mutual aid work. And I am trying to really get something that I'm planning right now is a hosted fundraiser by the Maryland Green Party, because I am a co-chair and chair of, and hosting an event by us for mutual aid, because I really want us to use our platform to get members really more involved and use this to promote like the mutual aid that's available and, you know, the general strike and everything, because, you know, we can't have the general strike without mutual aid. So, and tapping into the resources that are already there in the community and getting people to get more involved.
Yeah. No, and I love that you're doing that because, again, we cannot do any kind of strike, whether it's targeted or a general strike or whatever, without a strong mutual aid network. That's how we encourage people to take that leap. And we're really going to have to be well organized, well funded. You know, I know that CJ talked about having like a mutual aid like fund. I think that's a great idea. I think that we talked about it. I think it was when Sharif was on. I kind of want to start like a t-shirt because I love shirts.
Oh, wow.
I love shirts, but I think that if like I started, because I don't want to like sell merch for myself, but I think that if we had like a crowdsourced shirt design site and then all of the profit went towards that general strike fund or the strike fund or whatever, I think that that would be awesome. That's a way that people can contribute, but also get something for themselves. Cool shirts. I love cool shirts. I have lots of cool shirts. So, I have my Star Butterfly shirt on right now.
Very cute.
I love Star. Seriously. If you guys haven't seen Star versus the Forces of Evil, I highly recommend it.
I haven't.
It's so good. It's on, it's not on anymore. There's 4 seasons. It was on Disney XD. And it's fucking awesome. It is seriously great. I'm 39 years old and I love me some Star Butterfly. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I should have worn my grifter shirt tonight. Damn it.
I saw you posted that.
Yeah. And that was funny. Fee tweeted at me, "You troll yourself better than your trolls do." So true. They're really bad. Teespring. So yeah, that's a question that I had. If you guys know, because I am a little overwhelmed because there's a lot of like shirt companies. And I don't want to do like a douchey company, like who, you know, sucks and is like awful to their employees and all that stuff. So if you guys know of like a decent company or site to like have this through, please let me know because it's like as you guys know, I have severe ADHD, and when there's a lot of options, I kind of shut down. So if you guys can help me just like try to source out like the best website that has reasonable shipping prices, that, you know what I mean, isn't like super awful. I know that no company is really all that great. You know, corporations suck. But preferably made in the USA. You know, Union would be fantastic.
I think the ones that do Slow News Day, I think it's all like well-sourced shit and stuff.
Do you know who it is?
I think it's Truth Clothing. It's the same guys who do Ryan shit for T-Live.
Okay. I'll ask Steve.
Yeah, ask Steve. He can get you in contact with them.
Okay. Yeah. But if we could set up like a crowd, and then like anybody who wants to design a shirt could design a shirt and contribute that way. And then, you know, everybody can like, we can have like feature design of the month or whatever. Like we can make it fun and like interactive. Like I think that would be really cool. And then that would be a really awesome way to like get started on some sort of a strike fund or a mutual aid fund or whatever.
And that's my biggest complaint about the general strike website is that there's not a link to mutual aid. Like, we need to make them synonymous with each other. We need to, like, when we have a general strike website, there needs to be a link to mutual aid and vice versa. Like, we gotta be pairing them together, because that disconnect right now between the two is what is making this resistance to getting more people to join the strike. That's where it is.
Dude, we cannot have a strike of any kind without mutual aid. We cannot. We cannot. They go together. They go together. There is not a strike without mutual aid. There just isn't. There just is not. So yeah, I agree. There's a lot of, that's what frustrates me about like I think there's one supposed to be happening on October 15th. And I'm not here to like shoot down any effort at all to raise awareness or direct action of any kind. Like there are those people out there who like, oh, it's not a real strike. Like if there's an effort to even if it just raises awareness or even if it just gets people talking, that's, in my view, it's a win. But to me, like a 1-day strike with no mutual aid, that's silly. I mean, that's just not, is it like a little step? Okay. fine. But if we're going to be serious about this, then we need to be serious about this.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to have to be incredibly organized. It's going to need to be entirely thought out. Because like I said, once we get into it, we cannot back down.
Yeah.
Like I cannot stress that enough. If we are legitimately thinking about a strike of any kind, whether it's a targeted strike, a general strike, whatever, once we're in, we have to be in, like dig into the ground. We're not moving.
Yeah.
Because legitimately, if we fail on any level, that would be hugely demoralizing for the movement in general. And
not to mention that means we're gonna go extinct.
Right.
That part.
There's that too. Yeah. There is that too.
Yeah, that little part. It's demoralizing, but we also all die off.
I mean, we're gonna feel like shit while we die off.
Well, we all painfully die off one by one, natural disaster after another. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, it could just be fast, like a nuclear explosion of some kind.
It could be World War III, all nuclear explosion, boom, 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 down to now.
You know, pick your poison.
I hope it's quick. I do
too. I mean, listen, hanging out while global warming or climate change or whatever the fuck you want to call it kills us off one by one. That doesn't sound like fun.
Nope.
Being rounded up and put into the gulag, it doesn't sound like fun either. Although, listen, if we're going to be put into some re-education camps, I hope that I'm in the same re-education camp as some of you. I really do. I think that we could have fun there. I joke because it's terrifying. It's legitimately terrifying. It's a real thing that could happen. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
That's scary.
Right? And people say that that's conspiratorial. Like people will like, oh God, no. Look around you. Are you kidding me? In Australia, some dude, like the cops came to his house in the middle of the night over like a tweet that he put out like a month ago about do not comply with vaccine mandates. And they're like showing up to his house in the middle of the night. And that's coming here. It's already kind of here. And I don't care what you think about the vaccine. I really don't. I don't even want to get into the vaccine shit. But mandates are not fucking cool. That shit ain't cool. That's not cool. Nobody should be okay with that. You don't get to tell me that I have to inject some shit into my body. Nope. I mean, you can come at me with some facts and convince me, but you don't get to mandate, especially my kids. You want me to put some shit into my kids? No. Nope. No. Especially, never mind. I don't even want to get into the vaccine stuff. It makes my head hurt. It makes my fucking head hurt. It really does. I'm so tired of talking about COVID. I am so tired of it. Oh God damn it. Look, Mad Mom. I'm reading the chat. I'm trying. Liv, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. I'm really terrible at reading the chat.
You're doing great. You're killing it.
Seriously, y'all. I feel bad because I love my chat. Like I love the people in my chat so fucking much, but I cannot have a conversation with somebody and watch the chat. And to those of you who are able to do that, oh my God, you're amazing. You're amazing. I can't. Yep. It's really difficult for me to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, as we're winding down, I want to make sure I'm gonna redo your Venmo thing again.
Oh, thank you.
Please donate. Anybody who is actively participating in contributing to mutual aid in whatever small way, whether it's like Liv is doing with the, like right now she's just chilling with doing the care packages for sorry, I can't even type and talk at the same time, y'all. I'm so bad. But like what Liv is doing or what Rome is doing or what Afeni is doing with her group. Afeni has a group in the DC area. So I don't know, there she might either you can hook up with her or like find somebody through her. So yeah, anybody who is actively participating in mutual aid, please try to support them in whatever way that you can. If you cannot donate, listen, I get that, y'all. Shit is tough right now, but even just sharing people's links or their like their Venmo information, their PayPal, whatever crowdfunding app thing that they use, that really helps because the more eyes that get on it, the more people who can donate will donate. So I get that not everybody has the funding to donate to people, but if you do, please do. If you don't, just share their links. It's very super helpful. Or if you in your local area, get involved in mutual aid. Find a organization that's already up and running, or just do what Liv's doing. Like, go out on your own. And if you have, even if it's just like you have like an extra $50 one month, go out and just buy a few things, and take them out and hand them out to the homeless population, whether it's like, just if it's a hot day, bottled water, or if you have like some extra blankets that you want to get rid of, take it to a homeless shelter or whatever. It's like all of these little things add up. So yes, please, support Liv and her work in mutual aid. Do you have anything that you want to plug? Do you have any cool stuff like interview wise coming up, or any cool shows or anything like that that you want to plug?
Today was my big interview day. I had, besides this one with you. Yeah.
You were busy.
Today I had this, and I did one earlier with a show, Just Calvin. And then I did the podcast with 2 podcasts with FHL. So and like I said, we're relaunching the Populist Voice Network. So please subscribe and like our channel, especially on Rockfin. That's where we're trying to like move towards. Oh wow, anything else coming up? Please follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be posting about all this mutual aid stuff I got going on, and all the strikes going on, and how we can make them working together and get this shit going.
Yeah, and your Twitter is, I'm going to post it in here, but it's the same as your Venmo.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
So it's at Liv_Romano, ROMANO.
That's me.
So yeah, follow on Twitter. Definitely go, and especially on Rockfin, y'all, please. Rockfin, Odyssey, I don't know, there's a bunch of other video sharing platforms. We need to move away from YouTube. And I realize that I'm saying that as I'm on a show on YouTube. I realize that. I need to get the show on Rockfin. I'm fully aware. I need to get an Odyssey up and running. I'm fully aware. But YouTube is a hot mess, and it's only getting worse. So we need to try to move away from YouTube as quickly as possible. It's bad. And
we got shut down on an FHL episode talking about Assange. We got taken down.
Shut the fuck up. How did I miss that? When did that happen?
I tweeted about that. Like 2 weeks ago.
How the fuck did I miss that?
It was the one where I told you, I tweeted at you and I was like, we are talking about this tonight on FHL. And that episode, we got taken down. Talking about it. Yes.
Like midstream?
Talking about the CIA's plot. Midstream.
Shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Oh my God.
They're cracking down, y'all. They're cracking down on Twitter Spaces. They are cracking down.
Oh God.
It's scary. It's here. The censorship of authoritarianism is here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, the Action for Assange channel is some of the most shadow banned shit on planet Earth. It really is. I mean, I get it. Like, we have Assange in the title. So we were asking for it, but Jesus, it is bad. Wow. It's so bad. Oh my God. I didn't know that I can't believe I missed that. I'm furious now. Now I'm going to go tweet about it. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, please move away. Go to Rockfin, Populist Voice. Go to Rockfin. I think it's called following on Rockfin. Subscribe on YouTube still. Subscribe on YouTube. It helps still. Listen. I'm going to stay on YouTube I'm going to exploit their platform for as long as they will allow me to. Why not? I feel the same way about going on Tucker Carlson. If I can exploit somebody's platform to push my message, I'm going to do it. And if they shadow ban me, that's fine, but I'm still going to use it to my advantage as long as humanly possible. So yeah, go on Rockfin, Populist Voice, Network Director Liv. It's a big deal. She's got a fancy title.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm going to create my title for myself tonight. I'm going to think about it.
Do it, girl.
That sounds very cool.
Make yourself a name tag and everything. Do it.
Queen Cat Lady or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah!
Okay, so yes, and just one more time before we get out of here. Oh shit, wrong button. I'm gonna share Artsy Marxist's work again, so everybody can go and check.
Follow her on Twitter, y'all.
Yeah, follow her on Twitter. Again, it's at artsy_Marxist. This is her work. It's very amazing. You should definitely check it out. She sells, you don't have to order like a commission piece, which I mean, commission artwork is pricey, or it can be. But she also sells prints. She sells shirts. I have one of her Fred Hampton shirts. I have one of her Assange shirts. She sells posters and all kinds of shit. So please go. Hey, Morgan! Morgan's in the chat. Hi, Morgan. Chief propagandist. Oh, I'm already a cult leader. I'm an Assangeist. Chief Assangeist. I'm the Chief Assangeist. I like it. I need an Assangeist shirt. Wardier made me a thing. I need to get a shirt. See, here's my ADHD. I'm all over the place. So yeah, go support Artsy Marxist and her artwork. At artsy_Marxist on Twitter. Don't forget to go to the Shahid Buttar thing at Berkeley, which is again on October 25th at, I'm going to say this wrong, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, Sproul Plaza on UC Berkeley campus at 12 p.m. Go check that out. Also, if you're in the UK on October 27th at 9 a.m. and also October 28th at 9 a.m., be at the protest outside the Royal Courts of Justice for Julian Assange. These 2 court dates are huge. I cannot express it enough. These 2 court dates are huge. Please, 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 if you are in the UK, get there. If you are not in the UK, have your own protest in your own like city or whatever. Like a poster board and a Sharpie. There's a boom, instant protest. Go stand on a sidewalk somewhere. Boom. That's it. That's all you need. We need like a lot of people. It's crunch time. And then as always, Sleepy Josh has a buy me a coffee link at his Twitter page. I can also look that up. It's going to take me a while though, because I'm talking. But if you go to at abortu, ABORTU, he has a buy me a coffee link on there that everybody should go and contribute to, because Sleepy Josh is literally the bestest. He is the best tech ninja on the planet, and I cannot do the show without him. Look at that. I just did that link while talking. Look at that, y'all.
Nice. Where's my
multitasking. I'm an anonymous. I'm anon. I am anon. We are Legion. Expect us. Anywho.
Did you see that was written on the Andrew Jackson statue?
Yeah.
Which I didn't give a shout out to our indigenous water protectors who are getting illegally arrested right now in front of the White House.
Instead of Indigenous Peoples Day, maybe we could drop the charges against all the water protectors and, like, can we do something substantive, please? Just like one thing, just one.
Yeah.
Anywho, so anyways, there's Sleepy Josh's buy me a coffee link. Everybody go and pitch in a few dollars to Sleepy Josh. I cannot do this show without him. I know I say it all the time. It's true. He is the only way I can do this show because I'm not good at this stuff. Next week on the show, we have I don't even remember who. It's a bunch of March for Medicare for All people. I think Edwin from New York is coming. I don't know if Sharif is coming. I hope so because I love Sharif. But they have a bunch of events coming up. They're gonna do a Day of the Dead protest outside of Nancy Pelosi's house. They've got a bunch of stuff coming up. So there's like 4 or 5 of them coming on, so we can bitch about the fact that we don't have healthcare in this country. And then the week after that, we have a friend of mine who I actually got to meet in person in DC. You guys probably know him as Coy Contrarian on Twitter. So he's going to come on, and he actually has like a really cool personal backstory. So we're just going to have like a cool chat. He's an Assange dude. I love him. He's fantastic. I think we met in January, January. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then those are the only 2 things that I have booked up so far. I still need to get Krish on. He was supposed to be on and then had some personal stuff come up, so I need to get in touch with him. But yeah, that's all I have coming up. And just so everybody knows, the Action for Assange vigil we were doing on Tuesdays, that was kind of wonky for Andrew and I right now, just with our schedules and our kids and all of that stuff. So we're moving to Friday, and y'all, this Friday we have Rose fucking McGowan coming on the vigil.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know. I'm dying.
I'm dying.
I want to pop in for that one.
Fams, I'm dying. I'm so nervous.
That's huge. I'm
so nervous. I mean, we also have.
She's chill, dude. I
know, but you, Sleepy, you do know me. I am a spaz.
I still, to be fair, I still get like that with fucking Ray McGovern.
Yeah. Oh, Grandpa Ray.
I still get like that with him for some reason. He's the only one I have that problem.
I feel like right at home with Ray. Honestly, like when he's on the show, I just feel like I'm talking to my friend. Like he's.
Oh, I mean, I got the camaraderie and stuff.
It isn't. He's Ray fucking McGovern.
Like a juggernaut, man. Like,
yeah, he's a Ray fucking McGovern, dude. This is weird. Like my life is weird. I get to talk to really cool people.
That's amazing.
I get to talk to Rose McGowan on Friday, you guys.
Because if we can get her, because I was thinking we need to target her and Susan Sarandon to promote mutual aid, and we're good. We're good.
Yeah. No, that's true.
That's
I think
it.
Susan Sarandon would be on board for that. For
I
sure.
think so.
I don't know that I've ever really seen her promote anything like that, but we should work on that for sure.
I think we need to target them.
Yes, but I love that she's coming on for Assange. I love it so much. I love it so fucking much. That's huge for us. It's huge for the Assange movement. Rose McGowan is a force to be reckoned with. So I'm so excited to have her on Team Assange. I am really so excited. So yeah, do not miss that. It's Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Rose McGowan's going to be on. I'm like blubbering about Rose McGowan. We also have Reality Winner's mother and Paula Jean Swearingen, which
yes,
really, really.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. Okay. If you guys, I know if you guys don't know, Paula Jean and I had like a really bizarre interaction on Twitter, which I also included like a phone call that I had with her, and we're running low on time, so I'm not gonna get into the whole situation, but it's a very weird and awkward situation. Andrew booked her on the show. He also talked to her in DC the last time he was down there for the End the Damn Wars protest.
That's where I met her.
Yeah, she says she's on board with supporting Julian Assange. I mean,
look, like
she supports 100%.
I'll give her some credit because that's pretty ballsy. Like
it is.
Even agreeing to come on after that exchange that she had with that.
Wow.
Yes, because it was a really seriously. You guys know my Twitter experience is fucking weird. You
were nice. That was the one time
incredibly nice.
Everyone who talked to her on that exchange was nice.
I was incredibly nice. That's why it was so weird. But you guys know my Twitter experience is really weird, and legitimately, that was one of maybe the weirdest interaction on Twitter I've ever had.
Hey, if she came around, then
listen, I'm open to it. And I asked Andrew, I'm like, dude, does she we're gonna have to address this. Like, people know, like, our audience knows that this is a thing. Like, we can't just pretend it didn't happen. And he's like, okay, well, I mean, I think we need to address it. And I'm like, but does she know we're addressing it? Because this is hella awkward. Like, it's gonna be hella awkward. I mean, listen, I am willing
if she
to
addresses it. I'll give her some props for that.
I will absolutely. And listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anybody who's willing to jump on board Team Assange, I don't care. I don't even care if it's Geoff, y'all. If you're willing to jump on board Team Assange, welcome aboard. Let's go. So I'm not holding any grudges. If she's willing to, put in the work and do the stuff, and I'm fine with it, but it is going to be a little weird. It's gonna be a little weird.
I kind of want to be in the background of that one just to listen.
Why don't you just jump in? I'll send you the link. I'll send you. I don't know if we're doing Jitsi.
You guys using StreamYard on there now?
We should. I think Andrew wants to use my StreamYard, so
yeah, use the StreamYard. Like, I'll get it set up. So
can you get it set up? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then you can just jump in on the background. Because I mean, Rose fucking McGowan. Let's do that.
Amazing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, cool. So yeah, definitely do not miss Friday. It's going to be awesome and awkward all at the same time.
It's going to be amazing.
Don't
miss it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's all I have for you guys. Please, again, check out Liv's mutual aid stuff and the Populist Voice. Please go subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. And yeah, we'll catch you next week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.